in the film, I'm not trying to spoil anything, but there was a moment in the film where, that will be the topic of discussion, I think, after a lot of people watch it. And you had to make a very tough decision because this decision would affect not just you, but other people around you. I want to know what was going on in your mind while filming this particular scene where you had to do such an act that, you didn't want to do, but you had to do it in order to, make sure everybody around you got paid and got their money and whatever, so forth and so on.
It was just that. I think Damien really wrote an interesting scene where everything that I needed as an actor was on the page and it was in the moment. I mean, we saw that, and I'll try my best not to spoil it as well. We saw that conversation he had with Manny, who he kind of came up in the industry with, along with. So
Mhm.
him kind of feeling that guilt that his friend was giving him to, don't you want to be able to feed these guys? You don't want them to go home. You don't want everybody here to be out of a job because of your lack of, I guess, of your not being willing to compromise. And compromising is probably comes up in the film industry all the time. There's a level
Mhm.
or there's a threshold that everybody has that's different for different people of what you're willing to do in a film or show or whatever, and it has to sometimes align with your morals and sometimes it doesn't. And I think to be able to sit as Sydney and understand that like I have a responsibility to get this film made for all of these people and to kind of step away from being selfish, which I think thus far Sydney was like just kind of going and kind of being, like you said, a bystander of this moment. He really had to make a choice that I'm going to do this one time. And after that, I've had enough of it and I got to walk away. And that's, I think, the hardest thing to do as an artist, because when the money is good and the access and the excess and all of these things are at your disposal, it can be hard to walk away from an easy and from the limelight. I don't think it's meant for everybody, and I think it takes a strong person to be able to realize that they've had enough and to walk away. And I think being broken in that way spiritually, as I think Sydney did, having to put that makeup on, I think it was a moment that was too much for him.
Amen.